21 September 1971. In particular, the 5 Australians that were killed in this area on that day. Private James Jimmy Duff of Tallangatta, Victoria, 3799449. Private Brian Charles Bielkin of North Fremantle, Western Australia, 5718195. Private Michael Kingston Powles of London, England, 56226. Private James Sprigg of Merredin, Western Australia, 5718122. And Private Ralph Nilbert of Melbourne, Victoria, 3798081. Jimmy Duff was killed early in the piece. He was down in the low ground conducting a reconnaissance with his platoon commander when the Vietnamese started firing RPGs up into the treetops, and Jimmy was killed by shrapnel from an RPG. The other 4 were killed, and I'm quoting, "Within minutes of the move forward, the company came under withering fire from skillfully sited and mutually supported bunkers with camouflaged fire lanes. Delta Company, all 90 of them, had encountered the 2nd Battalion of the 33rd North Vietnamese Army Regiment, all 300 of them. 2 of 11 platoons machine guns teams were hit by a tempest of automatic fire. The 2 machine gunners were caught in fire lanes, and Michael Kingston Powles was killed instantly. Ralph Nilbert, on the other gun, was mortally wounded and died shortly after. As the number 2s on the guns, Brian Bilkin and Rod Sprigg, went forward to take over from their mates, they too were caught in the fire lanes and were killed. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age will not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. Lest we forget.
Lest we forget.
Fallen leaves on ashen ground, silence where a song was found, empty chairs by the fireside, where dreams of peace have gone to hide. All the rain will fall for heroes' walls, counting every bitter cause, a whispered name, a faded scar beneath the sky, no matter where you are.
Saying that I'm the first Australian to discover this, but I can guarantee you I'm the first Australian to ever do her up since the end of the war. And when I discovered it and worked out what it was, I was simply just absolutely blown away by its significance. The Long Tan cross initially planted because it remembers 18 Australians that were killed during the war. This former memorial, which if you refer to the document, there's before pictures of it as well, remembers 325 members of the Royal Australian Regiment. That's infantry, all the infantry regiments. So I asked the Royal Australian Regiment Association in Australia for a few dollars to help me do it up the first time. I'm going to guess 10 years ago. They just spent $80,000 building a new memorial in Australia, or $70,000 building a new memorial in Brisbane somewhere. And they said no. I saw an email from a corporal, 6RAR corporal, who became the RSM of 6RAR. He was also in the Battle of Long Tan. He sent the RAR Association an email saying, look what Jason found. Can you give him a few dollars to help him do it up? And they even said no to him. So, kind of, long story short, that's when I kind of stopped giving up. That's when I stopped asking for help and just do it on myself now. I'm very, very grateful. People like Rob chipped in. He's the most recent donation. Out of his own pocket, he gave me enough money to buy a high pressure water cleaner to clean up around Long Tan, and a generator to power said high pressure water cleaner. So everything, and I'm grateful for Tony for his assistance in the past. Largely, you would think a bloke living and working in Nui to save these memorials, particularly the Long Tan Cross, there'd be a little bit more assistance from certain agencies, certain departments. Zero. But I am grateful for what I do get. And I'm not asking for money right now because I've got enough, but just something to consider it in the future, please. So as I said, during the war, 520 Australians were killed here. 325 of those killed were members of the Royal Australian Regiment, infantry soldiers. Before they started building that, and that's all done by hand. Literally, there was a gins camp here under canvas. People lived for about 6 months while they were building that. They ran the cables through with tractors and then winched them up. There was not one bit of damage done to this that you could say, oh, a cable fell on it, or a spanner fell, or a bit of metal. The only damage that was done to this was goat footprints, because the goats love to climb it, and a bit of dirt and dust and stuff. Yeah. They did all this, and not one bit of damage was done to her. Mm. And that's it. Let's go back into. So we've got the thumbs up. Just be mindful there's rocks. Bodies weren't recovered until the next day.
Ralph was
that day, but so the 4 were the following day.
The 4 day was the following day.
Okay, so that's just where the story that I'm trying to get to. I believe his name is Mike Williams, that Kiwi we met. He was here. He was Whiskey Company, or he was the Kiwi component of 4RAR-NZ. So it was the Kiwis that came through the next day and stretched them out to the helicopter winch point, and he was part of the honour guard. he carries these 5 photos around with him on his phone all the time. Every time. He's always got them. He remembers their name. It meant that much to him. Pension voluntary caretaker of the Long Tan Memorial Cross. I was getting it ready for the 50th anniversary, and now I'm getting it ready for the 60th anniversary. See, all of them things, you always see the ammo boxes on the side as a toolbox. And for all that time, there has been no government funding. Well, there was 12 years ago, but not anymore. So all the work that I do here is out of my own pocket, all based on donations. At the moment, the Long Tan Cross Maintenance Fund has about $600 in it, so I'm not asking for money. I'm just asking that those people who have my Facebook page consider it and think about it moving forward. 2 reasons why it's really spectacular and we're so blessed and honoured as Anzacs to have this here is because there's only 2 foreign memorials in Vietnam. This one and the French one up north. Now the French are rumoured to have paid millions of dollars for that memorial, but what makes this memorial even more remarkable is that this cross was put in by the locals in appreciation of what the Anzacs did during the day here. So the original cross was planted to remember the 18 that died as a result of the Battle of Long Tan, and we know the original is now in the Australian War Memorial in Canberra. Since that time, it has morphed into something more powerful. It is now the central point of commemoration for all the Anzacs that served here during the war, whether they were here in 71 or in 66. Whether they were Navy, Engineer, Artillery, Air Force, doesn't matter. If their service was in Vietnam, this is where they come to remember and pay their respects. The Vietnamese also do as well, regularly.
Fallen leaves on ashen ground, silence where a song was found. Empty chairs by the fireside, where dreams of peace have gone to hide. All the rain will fall for heroes' walls, counting every bitter cause, a whispered name, a faded scar beneath the sky, no matter where you are.
Generate by AI.